Welcome back for another part of our video series that we're talking about the queer elder, and here I am in a playground and thinking about a story that in one of our workshops we had a group of gay men doing some work, and in the workshop itself we were letting go of things that we didn't need to carry, and we were embracing things that we wanted to welcome into our lives, and we used some earth and we used some water to do that as elements. And usually what I would do in this kind of ceremony or this ritual is I would have us go to the earth and put our hands in the earth and let go of that which we didn't want to carry any longer. And then I would go to the water and kind of wash my hands and embrace from the element of water what it is that I wanted to awaken in me or to manifest in my world. And in this kind of group of gay men that we had gathered together that day, somehow I kind of got into this altered space before, and I went to the water first and let go, and then went to the earth and embraced. And so I did it in reverse of how I usually had done it. And what happened was that the water then would be carried to the earth. So I had, like 20 or 30 men doing this ritual with me. And by the time we got close to the last man, the earth had gotten really muddy because so much water had been taken over to the earth. And a man came to the ritual bowl, and he went to the water and he started tearing up and saying, when I was a little boy, probably like a little boy that's played in this playground before. When I was a little boy, there were all these folks and my peers around me, and they would all call me names, and they'd call me sissy, and they'd especially call me sissy and faggot and names when I loved to make mud pies. So I would, go to the playground and I'd go make mud pies. And he said, here I am in the witness of my brothers today, and I'm putting my hands in the earth and I'm letting go of all of those names that I've been called before. And I'm welcoming the new me, that little boy that can really know that he was just delightfully made, and that I embrace all of the mud pies that I've ever made. So it was kind of a fun thing, but he's crying through the whole thing. I call that body story work, so that in that ritual, he literally shed what he didn't need to carry, which was all the toxicity of being a boy and being stigmatized for what he loved to do. And now he was in a group of brothers where he could do that freely and to actually own that he loved making mud pies. And certainly that's a kind of a great metaphor of many things in his life that he loved to do that just were outside of the coloring lines of the coloring book. So I want you to think about, as your queer boy, your gay man that is in development, and here you are on the playground, what did your peers say to you? How did they think of you? How did you think of yourself? How did your family think of you? Did you know that you were a gay boy at that point, or a man who was going to be a man who loves men? In your gender identity, were you starting to become aware that you didn't fit and didn't belong, or things weren't congruent for you? So in the rituals that we'll be doing in this workshop around the queer elder, we'll be celebrating the queer boy and celebrating the queer man and celebrating the queer elder who is emerging or being called out and called forth inside of you. So whatever the wounds of those three passages of your life, to be able to let go of them and to celebrate in your community of brothers into the world that you really are wondrously made. So I hope this feeds you as you think about what's this interesting 2-day ecstatic massage workshop around the queer elder all about. Namaste.